So on page 88, there are 21 hours and 42 minutes until shutdown. Ash and Isabel head over to Isabel's house to get supplies. They get some clothes for Ash. They notice that the cuts on his feet are already healing. And we're going to skip to the bottom of page 92. Ash is looking at himself in the mirror. All the way to the bottom of 92. Ash continued to stare at it, but it's so perfect. He's talking about his hair. Like a perfect streak, all the same all the way along. And that's not the only thing. He tore himself away from the mirror and sat down on the toilet, turning his foot for Isabel to see. "Look at this." "They don't look too bad," Isabel said. "Exactly. But it felt so much worse, and I'm sure when I looked at them before, the cuts were bigger." "Bigger how?" Ash looked up at Isabel. "Something strange is happening to me. I can hear better before, smell things I couldn't smell before. I can even see better. I look different. I feel stronger, and now it's like, I don't know, like my feet are healing faster than they should." Isabel shook her head as if she didn't understand. "There's something here," Ash said. "Something in this biosphere, or something on this island, that's changing me. There has to be. I can feel it." "It hasn't changed me. I think maybe you're—" "I'm not imagining it," Ash said. "Don't tell me I'm imagining it." "I wasn't going to. This place is for research, right? Well, maybe there's some kind of weird research going on. Something in the air. Maybe that's what's happening to me." "I don't know," Isabel shrugged. "I can't explain. Pierce said this was the Devil's Island, and there's stuff out there. Maybe there's something going on here that you don't know about." Isabel sighed. "Well, this island is different, yes, but not the people." "Different how?" "The plants and the animals." "How are they different?" Ash noticed that Isabel's eyes were a little bloodshot, and her face was drained of color. "It takes too long to explain. It's best for you to see yourself." She opened the first aid kit and handed him a bandage and a tube of antiseptic cream. "Finish fixing your feet." She placed another 2 bandages on the floor beside him. "And when you're done, wrap these around your boots. You will not leave so many footprints in the ground. It will make us more difficult to follow." "Are you all right?" Ash had been so preoccupied with himself that he hadn't thought to ask. "You look tired." "It's been a hard day." Isabel raised her eyebrows. "Yeah, I guess it has." But Ash watched her for a moment longer, seeing how hot and exhausted she looked. He had never felt stronger or fitter than he did right then, but Isabel looked terrible. And she had a new smell about her, the same thing he had detected when they first entered the lab area of the biosphere, the odor of unburned cooker gas. The sneering voice in his head spoke again, but this time it only had one word to say to him: Kronos. They didn't stay in the house for any longer than necessary. Isabel grabbed what they needed and stuffed some of it into the satchel they had taken from the storage facility. She jammed the rest into a small backpack that she threw over her back, then pulled her hair back in a ponytail. "You carry this." She gave the satchel to Ash. "And take this." She handed him a thick belt. "You don't go anywhere out there without one." Ash took the belt from him and buckled it around his waist before pulling the knife from the sheath attached to it. It was the same as the one now hanging from Isabel's belt, with a black rubberized grip and a dark blade that looked huge in his small hand. It was serrated, that means it has like sharp teeth, near the hilt, tapering to an upturned point. On the front of the sheath, there was a pocket containing a fire striker. All right, so we are going to skip to page 96. Isabel and Ash head out to the jungle with their knives and a gun. So here we are, middle of the page, 96. Could you kill someone with it? Easily. Isabel reached the door in the fence at the far edge of the compound and came to a stop. Look. She crouched and pointed at a footprint in the soft ground close to a large root. They must have followed the track out here. They came this way. You sure? Of course. Isabel stood and unlatched the gate. She turned to Ash with a serious expression. When we get into the forest, you must do as I say. Go where I go. Step where I step. Don't touch anything. Don't leave any trail for Thorn to follow. Always look before you sit. There are dangerous things in there. Easy to get hurt. Easy to get lost. All right, Ash nodded. I've been in the jungle before, and this jungle is different. Do not touch anything. Step where I step. Okay, I understand. And the forest is not like the biosphere, Isabel said. In there, we had Thorn. In here, she pointed at the trees, we have Thorn and everything else.